Yo, Ikz me, and this is Ikz UI 3.0. Every pre-patch I take my time to redesign my UI, think about what I don't need anymore and what I could do better. This pre-patch completely destroyed my UI, some add-ons didn't work, so I decided to wipe it completely and remake it from scratch. Maybe you are looking for some inspiration on your own UI, some neat add-ons that you didn't know, or just want to copy someone's homework. I structured the video in a few steps. First, I want to talk about the World of Warcraft game engine, that even new or returning players can understand it. Next, a little talk about UI design, what I think is important. I will showcase the functionality of this UI. Then I go over every single add-on and how you can configure it for your own personal needs. And last, I will log on a character where I didn't do the UI yet to showcase how quickly you can copy this. The most important part of this game's engine is the position of the players or non-player characters on the map or in the World of Warcraft. That's why the player character is in the middle of the UI. Second, every player has a health bar. If it goes to 0, the character dies. Next to the health bar is a resource bar, like mana or combo points. It allows the use of stronger abilities. Last, there are buffs or debuffs that can make a character stronger or weaker. This is a simple basic breakdown of the game engine, but it covers the most important things. The minimap in the middle of the screen, hiding the player character's position, would be bad design, because you cannot see what's happening around you. WoW PvP tournament always been criticized that they are difficult to understand for non-WoW players or new players. But I think this UI does the trick, and it's easy to understand for new players or viewers of a stream. So what do I try to achieve with this UI? I want a free field of vision around the player character to see what's happening at all times. I also want to track the position of my target, that's why it's highlighted. Everything is color and size coded for new players to easily understand it. But there are also duration timers for split-second global precise professional gameplay. The whole UI is free and not gated behind a paywall. It's easy to set up and copy my UI. I have a Google Doc with download links for the add-ons and profile codes to import. To showcase how easy to understand this UI is, let's put it to the test in this duel. Here we have a monk, he incaps me, probably into next week. No. He gets slowed into stun. Now he pops his damage. I already have my blur cooldown up. Incap him into fear, because he still has 5 seconds duration on his storm is on fire. And I don't wanna. Here we can see the DR timer. We stun him after the duration of stun DR into hunt. Now he stuns me, but I pop Trinket into darkness. Trinket goes running again. I DR stun him and hopefully finish the duel. Yes. So here I am in a skirmish arena, just for another showcase. Here are my arena frames. Here are omnibar set up categorized. For example, here are stuns, here are burst cooldowns, here are defense cooldowns, here are interrupts, and other CC. I don't know how it's working. So this one seems he wants to get out. I stun him on evasion. He trinket close instantly. I don't know why he stunned the us again, but this one doesn't have defense cooldowns left. So just hop on him. He's dead. He blinds me LMAO. Let's see if the Demon Hunter dies. Or he doesn't zap me, I don't know. Now he's in combat and dead. So after a bit of showcasing what UI is capable of, Let's go over the basics. When we go in options, we want to deactivate minion nameplates, but activate minor nameplates for totems and stuff. And turn on class color on raid frames. Then activate as many action buttons as you need. Loss of control is important. And where's camera? Under controls, I think. Yeah, never adjust camera. It's also important stuff. Then you can click on edit mode and move all the stuff around. I like my action buttons separated, that I have my defense cooldowns here, my rotation stuff here, and my range CC here. These bars, for example, have like teleports and professions and stuff. They set to bar visible out of combat, so if I go into combat, they disappear. If you want to import the profile, you can go on layout, import, layout imports, and just import the profile code. Next add-on is Plater. To open the options, simply type /Plater in chat. It has way too many options to talk about now. If you want to copy my profile, simply go on profiles and import the profile code. The basic design is enemies have a red health bar, there's a big HP number, the target gets highlighted with a little bit size increase and white border. Friendly players have a blue health bar and names are in class color. For example, this is a priest with a white name, this is a rogue with a yellow name. The add-on that does this icons above the nameplate is nameplate auras. I think it's a little bit superior to the nameplate widget of big debuffs, because this can track multiple buffs that happen at the same time, where big debuffs overwrites itself when stuff happens at the same time. To go into options, escape, options, config, and you can customize everything from size to position or the size of the timer. The important thing is the spell list. Every spell you want to track, you can simply type the name in here and say add aura. I already have a spell list that contains most of the important things for PvP or group play. For example, Adrenaline Rush has an action button glow and 40x40 size. Something like Anti-Magic Shell has a pink border in 30x30 size. To make some example here, we see defense cooldown. Freedom is a little bit smaller because it's not that important and has a light glow because it can be purged. Where we have a few more examples, here we have Chains of Ice, slow, just a small icon. Here we have Blessing of Protection with a pink border, got purged by the Shaman. He pops his burst with a big glowing in yellow. CCs that does not break have a red border, and CC that does break on damage have a light blue border. I think the color coding is quite intuitive and easy to understand. If you want to import the profile, you can simply click on import profile, put the code in here and accept it. If you're playing a dot class like Affliction Lock or Feral Druid and want to track like your debuff uptime or dot uptime on a target, you can simply add the dots to the spell list. I make an example with my priest and the dot Shadow White Paint. I simply type the name in, and then on the enable checkbox I click twice to only track my auras. I give it a size of, let's say, 3030, and for tracking my own stuff I like to choose the color white because bright colors are easy to see and I don't use the white color for any other color coding on my profile. And then I can track my shadow work easy like this. The next add-on is Omnibar. To open the config, type /ob in chat. Most just use one bar where everything is like together. I like to organize it a little bit more into burst, CC, defense, interrupt, stuns. You can click here on spells and then go through all the classes and activate abilities where you want to check the cooldown when it's ready again. If something is missing, you can like import the custom spells. For example, True Shot Aura is missing a Steel Trap, I don't know why. If you want to import my profile, you can click here on profile and import my code. Now I quickly go over some minor add-ons that everybody knows and don't need much configuration. For example, details damage meter, you can track your damage, you can track your healing, you can track your crowd control. Sexy map, I just like the simple square because it looks a bit cleaner to have a square in the corner than a circle. Diminish for tracking DRs, I like the DR tracking on nameplate, frame size 20, position 91. You can see like this rogue is on disorient and stun DR and the other is on sap and stun DR. Next is big debuffs. You can find the options in add-ons. I turn off the unit frames because I don't want to see it on unit frames. I turn off nameplates because I have nameplate auras, what's better for nameplates. All I want to see is like the big debuffs on raid frames for faster dispel or see when a healer is in CC. Big Wigs is a boss mod for raids, basically like Omnibar for raiding. Little Wigs is the same for dungeon, Omnibar for dungeons. Nook totem icons is the same as nameplate auras for minor stuff like Siphene, Demonic Tyrant, Healing Tide Totem. Gets a big icon on top, you can easily see it. Omni CC is this cooldown timer on action buttons or on the DR tracker, just a nice clean yellow number. Omni CD is the same as Omnibar, just for your own teammates, so you can see if your teammates have cooldowns ready. Target nameplate indicator makes this red arrow above the nameplate just to see the position of the target a little bit better. And weak auras, everybody knows weak auras, so type /WA in chat and can import weak auras. The weak auras I like to use the arena cooldowns from Mess and raid ability tracker for boss mods, makes it in a nice timeline, clean to see. So let's see how quickly I can set up this UI. I log from my one Demon Hunter to my other Demon Hunter. First thing I do, I click on edit mode, import the code, layout 9x, import, action buttons done, put the damage meter to the side, options, add-ons, sexy map, square, this. Wait, that's electric. I want square. Okay, square. Diminish. Already set up. Some add-ons are wrong. I don't want this, I don't want this. I want this activated. This arena I don't need from now. Because we can turn on. Later I can turn on. Yep. Reload UI. Then we go into Plato. Quick moment to copy the profile code, it's a little bit bigger. Profiles, import. Okay. Yes. I have my profile. Options, add-ons, nameplate hours, config, import. Import code for this add-on. Should be fine, let's check. Banana Rush, yeah, glowing 4040, fine. Omnibar, import. Bam. I got all my files here, easy. And I think it's done now. Some normal game options, interface, deactivate minions. Miners are on, action buttons on, my 6 action bar. Combat now. Class colors on. Never adjust cameras, fine. Keybinds, targeting. I like, yeah, that's fine. Targeting as planned. I think that's already ready. All I need to do is put some macros in. Focus interact. Focus stun. Focus imprison. Well, the stun isn't working. Because I need to talent it probably. Yeah, I need to talent this. Boom. It's not working. Quickly make what I can delete this. Delete. Copy new sigil topic. Okay, still has to be present. Okay, I need skill sigil for it to show up. It's still out of some blah blah. I should just import my talent tree maybe. Now I got sigil and patch, nice. I want my patch here. Boom, ready. And it's done. All the interface ready. Easy. So this took me 6 minutes to set up the UI on another character, including some talent swaps and macro stuff. If you have to download all the add-ons and write macros, you maybe need 20 minutes or longer if you're completely new to making a UI. But copying my profiles is a lot faster, as 20 hours it took me to make the spell list and configure everything. You can find the download links and profile codes in the Google document linked in the video description. If you don't like something, just turn it off. You don't have to use every add-on. If you don't want to track slows, for example, just turn them off in the spell list. The spell lists aren't updated for Dragonflight yet. There will be a new class and probably some cheesy one-shots. I will update the profile codes in the Google document in the first weeks of the preseason or first season. But I would say just give it a try. Maybe you like it.